Hey guys, it's Debbie from Debbie Did It, and today we're going to real quick go through how I make my alcohol ink flowers. What I like to do is I put whatever colors that I'm using and I let them dry. I put them down, whether it's 2 colors, 3 colors, what have you. I put it down and dry them. And then I get just a little bit of alcohol. Well, I guess it all depends on how big you want the petals. Now, if you wanted the petals really thick, you'd use a big glob of alcohol and let it sit there for a minute and then push it out. And that way to push out a big petal and get smaller as you push. So it's whatever you want for your petals to look. Now this one here, it's only a small painting, so I really had to make sure that the petals were thin, and I didn't want to go overboard. But anyway, so here I am throwing down some alcohol. What I like to do is when I put the alcohol down, you put a little drop and then you drag it in the direction you want your petals to go, so it will automatically follow that. And then as you can see, I'm holding my air compressor valve, stem, whatever thingy there. I hold it back, and as the further I push it, I go forward. Now, does that make sense? I hold it back to start really slow, and then I bring it forward as I go and get that petal to go all the way out. I also like to have a Q-tip in my hand just to make sure or at least I stop the petal from going too far. That way it's still a good end to the petal and not just abruptly, a square end, when you stop it yourself. So that's it. You can move the air compressor around to make them, curved or not. Totally up to you, and it does take some time to learn, to get used to it, I guess. You got to get used to the air, how much air that's getting left out or put out. But yeah, it's slow and steady wins the race here. I love that petal right there. And what I like to do is, see, I put a little bit more alcohol there. See how the petal's thicker? I didn't want to do that, so that was my bad, but it still came out very pretty. What I like to do is, instead of me moving around the painting, because I don't have that much room, I put the painting down and make sure I can totally turn it all the way around without hitting anything, because you're going to constantly do that. You want to keep it in the direction that you want your petal to go, instead of, having it face you straight on and then have the petal go off to the left or to the right. It's kind of hard to get that direction if you don't have it, set that way. If you don't have the painting set that way. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, okay, so you can't see off to the edge there. But I just continue on to do all the rest of the flowers. And as you can see, I did it first and I just went crazy on the petals. And it just looked like these big, huge, like a bouffant hairstyle petal. Way too much. It was just too big. So I painted over it. Again, the kills. Painted over it, tried it again, and again, I just was a little too crazy. So this time, instead of painting over it, I just removed all the ink and said, the hell with it, I'm just going to do it over it, which I knew it will eventually cover it up. Obviously, the petals are going to cover it up. So, see, here I am. I'm trying to change the curvature of the petal, and you're just going to maneuver your air compressor gun, in the right way to get that curve. Now I got this air compressor off Amazon. I think it was like $85. It doesn't, I'd like for it to have, low, medium, high air pressure but it doesn't. Sometimes as you're doing it, sometimes the pressure will just start going, you know, low, 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 and it's not really pushing. So that gets kind of frustrating, but yeah, see, I'm liking these petals. These are a little bit thicker, and you can't see it's off to the edge there. Yeah, my Q-tip is drying the edge. I don't want them to be too long. But yeah, so I said the hell with it. I was sick and tired of redoing the canvas, and so it worked out. I think I got rid of the, you know, I don't know how some people, I know me, when I getting ready to do a painting, I'm like, oh my God, let me make sure I get it done right. And the pressure that I put on myself to make sure I get it done right makes me mess it up all the time. So I just said, to hell with it. I'll leave it as is, and I'll paint over it. And if I don't like it, I'll just paint over it again. So, and that's how this was. So I took all that pressure off myself, and look, then I got the flowers. So it worked out. Sometimes I do start my paintings like that. In my head, I'm like, all right, I'm just playing around, just playing around, just playing around. And yeah, it ends up being really nice. So it's these commissions. This was a commission. So it's the commissions that, yeah, they tend to make me a little bit more nervous. You know, I got to make sure I get it right. And so I do put a lot of pressure on myself. I got to stop doing that. All right, so here we go. I'm putting black or brown. No, I think it's black. I'm putting that as the petal, um, the middle part of the petal, and taking a Q-tip and just rubbing that in. And that's where we're going to go ahead and just hit it with the white dots afterwards. The middle of the flower. I don't know what it's called right now, but so we have to let that dry and dry and dry and dry. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I'm adding a little bit more. The black one over it a little bit too much. So what I also like to do when I add those, the middle parts of the flower in black, I add a little bit of alcohol towards the edge, and then I just hit it real quick, see, and it goes right into the top of the flower petals, and it adds a little bit of that depth. So that's what I was doing too. And if you notice the second one there, the one I did first, it looked horrible. I ruined it, so I went over it and added the green to it a little bit more. And that's it. You just, you hold it straight down onto the alcohol, so it disperses in a big, it disperses straight out rather than holding the air compressor gun off to the side, because then it's only going to pinpoint that one little area. When you hold it straight up and down, it takes all of it and just pushes it out. So here I am. I'm going to go green over this a little bit more because, I totally messed it up, and I am not. I was like, I'm not going to do this over again. There's no fucking way. Oops, sorry. There's no way. I was just sick and tired of it. But it ended up coming out really nice. And again, at the end, I'll have the actual picture. It is a little difficult to control the alcohol. Totally get that. And here I'm using a little heat gun kind of thing. It tends to dry the alcohol a lot faster than a hairdryer or the air compressor because it's heat, and all we're doing is really evaporating because it's on canvas, so it's not really sinking into anything. So that's that. All right, so here I am. Oh, I'm sitting here looking at this going, oh my God, I hope this works. But I mean, I know it did because I did it, but yeah, it's crazy. Right. Yeah, that's a pretty one. I like that. And I'm not with that. Breaking off my arm, patting myself on the back either with this. It is what it is. I mean, alcohol in itself is it's just so pretty. All right, that's it. I think I did a little bit more.
Okay, I don't like this one.
Clean up the edge, the bottom of the petals, and go around and take off little pieces to clean up the flowers. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. And yeah, that's it for the flowers. Then I start working on the stem and all that, the little dots, and yeah, we'll get there.